Welcome to the Mrs. Paintbrush. Today we're going to do a battle report for Tanks for the Apocalypse. Place them in the middle over here, and there it is. We're gonna roll off. There's my opponent right there. We're gonna roll off to see who goes first. I'm gonna roll over here.
I rolled a 6.
I rolled a 3. That means you are going first.
All right. So one of the things that makes this game challenging, especially I could see if you had multiple players, is that you could only have one 90-degree turn. So right now my fighter is basically parked right at the entrance of a terrain. So just to turn, all I'm gonna be able to do this round is turn and then drive forward. And that just takes me towards the edge of the game board, away from the objectives, away from the opponent. So yeah, the first round I'm basically just gonna be getting out of the terrain where I'm stuck. All right, so first roll, I'm going to dedicate 6 dice to movement. All right, so we'll roll. And once I add up the total, that is going to be how many inches I can go. Okay, so for the first movement of the game, I'm gonna do my one singular 90-degree turn, and then gonna go forward. I'm not actually gonna use all the movement that I earned with my dice roll because I don't want to go all the way to the edge of the game board. And I'm now going to use up my last 2 dice in an evasive maneuver, and that's just gonna, in case Rob was able to attack me in some way in the next round, that gives me a +2 advantage basically against any attack from him. So that is the conclusion of my first turn.
All right, time for my turn. So what I'm gonna do is turn this quote-unquote tank, this Night Titan, this way. I'm gonna allocate 2 dice for movement, which I get 5 inches. I'm gonna go to measure that up. Okay, so we're talking 5 inches, so that's about there, and that's where we're gonna go. All right, there it is for the 2, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop some smoke, like pop a smoke, right there, and that's pretty much the end of my movement. All right, time for this lovely lady.
Okay, so for my next move, I'm gonna make another 90-degree turn just at the beginning of my turn, and I might actually be in range of attacking. But first I'm going to move forward a little bit so I can get closer to these objective markers. Okay, so my first 3 dice I'm going to dedicate to movement. So let's see how many inches I can move, and that is going to be 8, 11. So I can move up to 11 inches, and I will need my tape measure for that. Okay, so I have my tape measure out, so I'm going to move 11 inches, which is gonna put me about here. Unfortunately, still not able to get any of the objective markers, but now I think I was placed this way. I think now I might be in line of sight to take aim at my opponent.
Come at me, bro.
So I'm gonna roll 3 dice. You have to use 3 dice to fire your armament, and you have to exceed a 10, which is actually not that difficult with 3 dice, 3d6. So let's see. I scored a 6, 5, 1, so that is gonna put me at a 12. So my attack was successful. Okay, so I'm gonna roll 1d6, and it's gonna be a side damage attack. So we will see how much damage I'm able to do on this roll. Okay, so that was a 4. So since I rolled a 4, his armor is on the side is going to be weakened by 1. That was very lucky. Okay, so that will -1 for his defense on the side. Okay, so I rolled a damage roll of 4, so that did 4 damage, of course, to Rob's tank. And now I am going to roll d6 to find what exactly happened to...
System damage.
Yeah, what exactly was the system damage. Okay, so I rolled a 3.
Okay.
And if it's a side system damage, that is going to be track damage.
Okay.
So that takes away -1 move.
Ugh.
To his first dice. So that limits his movement. Okay, so for my final movement, my final action, I'm going to use 1 dice and do pop smoke, which adds 1 to my defense, which is very helpful because I'm sure that Rob is now coming for me.
Alrighty, I'm in a bit of a bind here. So the first thing we're going to do is use my 90-degree turn over here to turn this sucker Rutler. And there we go. And now I'm going to allocate 4 dice for movement because I have -1 movement that I got here on the chart because of the side damage that I incurred. So let's see how much movement I have here. Let's go. All right, so, good thing I did this. So we have 4, 6, 7, and then we have 13. So we have 13 inches. We're going to move over there. Alrighty, so 13 inches brings me right over to that objective marker. Pow! I got the objective marker in the face. Alright. And I'm going to use 3 for the attack. So I have 1 objective marker taken. I'm going to use 3 for the attack. Did you use pop smoke? You did, didn't you?
I used it.
So it's -1. Alright, let's go. Alrighty, so we have 10. All right, so I did some damage. Exactly 10, right? Oh, you plus 10. Defense. Yes, so I don't do any damage. Wah, wah, wah. All right, and that is the end of my thing. Let me see that victory thing. Oh,
yes.
Okay.
So I find myself in rather a difficult situation. If I try to go for the objective marker and I make my 190-degree turn to the left towards the objective marker, the back of my tank is facing Rob. And the front of my tank, where my gun is facing the edge of the board. So I'm leaving myself very vulnerable. I think at this point, my best bet is to just continue attacking Rob's tank.
And film the rolls.
Okay, so it's time for attack number 1, using my armament. All right, let's see. Did I get enough to penetrate the armor? I did, because I rolled a 13. So because I rolled a 13, that exceeds the armor class of 10 by 3, which means that I get to roll 2d6 of damage. So let's see, what did I do? So that is 10 damage.
Wow, okay, so that's 2 system damages. Ouch, that's gonna hurt me big time.
So time to roll for the front system damage, 1d6. Let's find out. Okay, so we rolled a 5. So that is engine damage, -1 action dice.
Ouch, ouch.
So I have 3 more dice that I can allocate to using my front armament. So let's attack Rob again, see if we can get a catastrophic failure.
No.
Okay, so this time I got a 9. So he got lucky. He got lucky that time. All right. And so for my final 2 dice, I'm going to do an evasive maneuver, which, I cannot do an evasive maneuver. So for my final dice, I'm going to do a pop smoke, which just adds 1 to my defense. And that concludes my turn.
All right, I'm gonna have to do something dangerous here. I'm using 3 dice for my attack. I'm all out attacking right here. Let's see what I get. All right, so I get 6, 7, 8. Not enough. No.
Yes!
Oh. All right, so the next thing that I'm going to do here is I'll move 90 degrees over here. La 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 la. And then what I'm going to do is use the remainder of my dice to movement, so I can make sure I make it. Oh yeah, I make it more than I want to, so I'm not going to use my entire movement, but I'm definitely going to capture this objective over here.
So we decided to take a quick break and look at the score so far. So Rob has gotten 2 objectives, secondary objectives. So he has 6 points right now. There's 1 remaining secondary objective worth 3 points. Destroying an enemy tank is worth 6 points, and each attack that does damage is worth 1 point. So I now have 2 points. So I was initially planning to just destroy Rob's tank and then go for the objective marker. But we looked in the rulebook, and as soon as there's only 1 tank left on the battlefield, the game ends, leaving any objectives unclaimed. So I think I'm gonna try for that other objective and then continue to attack Rob.
All right, so all this strategy that's going on, mine is trying to get those secondary objectives. My shots are just not going. The dice are not on my side. Every time I did a shot, I missed so far. But that luck is gonna have to change. So I'm gonna keep going. If she turns her back on me, I'm gonna blast her out of the table.
Okay, so I'm going to dedicate 4 dice to movement. And let's see, what did I get? Oh, so I got 3, 6, 9, and 14. So that's way more than I needed. So I'm going to go forward a little bit, make my 90-degree turn, and claim the objective.
Got it.
Unfortunately, that leaves me defenseless. I would need 2 whole turns just to be facing Rob again.
All right, there she is, and here I am, and my entire move is just gonna go whoop. There goes my 90-degree turn, and that's it. Whop, whop, whop.
That's gonna be my next turn too.
Okay, you want to do it? Go for it.
Okay, so my next turn will be...
Nice. That means my next turn.
Oh, and I'm gonna pop smoke.
You.
And do an evasive maneuver.
You.
No, not an evasive maneuver, but I am popping smoke.
Smoke popper.
I am a smoke popper.
All right, so it's time. I need to turn 90 degrees and open fire. And let's see. I am... Let's see what I get. All right, I do break that 10. And I got 2 over, so how many dice do I use?
Greater than defense, +2. Equal to defense, up to defense, +2. So that would be a glancing hit, 1d6.
1d6, here it is. And I got 4 damage to your side, to your right side. And okay. I think that's enough for me to get a systems damage.
Wait, how much? It was 4?
Yep.
To my right.
And right here.
You said to my right side?
And I got a 6 for your systems damage. Oh man, it is going to be on like Donkey Kong, and that's just first attack.
Okay, so, and then...
4 damage and a 6 on the system damage.
So then it was my side.
Yes.
So that's going to be crew damage, so -1 action dice.
-1 action dice. All right, time for the second attack. Here it goes. All right, here it goes. What was that? 8, 9, 10, 11. So
and
that means 1 more hit.
1.
So it's 10.
Yeah, so it's 10. So that would be another glancing hit.
Let's do that damage.
3.
3 damage right there.
Which is not enough to get me to system damage.
Nope, not enough to get a second one. All right, and then the last die I have is to pop smoke.
Okay.
Haha.
Okay, so all the secondary objectives have been claimed. We are just in battle mode at this point. So I'm gonna make my 90-degree turn face off. So first roll, let's see if I can break the 10.
Yes.
I got 11.
Glancing hit.
So that is,
Roll it
a
off.
glancing hit. So I got 4 damage.
1, 2, 3, 4, and I have no more armor, plus I get another system damage. Why don't you go roll that system damage for me?
Let's see. All right. 4.
Which is?
And is that your front? Okay, so front is armor weakened. So take 1 more away from your defense. So that would mean I only have to break a 9.
That's right. All right.
So now it's time for our second attack. Let's see. And now I only have to break a 9. And
Did you do it?
Unfortunately,
No!
dun dun dun,
It's
it
not gonna
is
focus.
only 8. And for my final action dice, of course, I'm going to pop smoke.
All right, this is just gonna be a shoot off. So here it goes again. Here's 3 die, and I'm going for that all out attack. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Can you beat an 11?
8, 9. I cannot beat an 11 on that one. Okay, my second attack. Let's see what I go. I do beat an 11. I get,
Ooh.
yes, I get 14.
14. So that is greater than defense plus 2. Ooh, so that is going to be 2d6
2d6 damage. Let's see. All right.
Front.
Let's see what I get. Come on. Give me 12. Give me 12. Give me double sixes, baby. That's close enough. That's double 5. That is 10 points of damage. That is crazy.
5 and 5 make 10.
It turns out here I got 2 system damages for her. It's, there, and she has minus to what?
So I have total now minus 3 action dice, so I can only do 5 actions total.
All right, so that's it. Only 5 actions. Also, she got 1 catastrophic damage because I did so much damage in that turn. Woo, what a roll. That was crazy.
All right, so things are not looking good for me. So I am going to fire my front armament one more time. Let's see, can I beat...
It looks like you did, right? Did you?
No.
No!
No, I only got a 9. Okay, so now I only have 2 action dice left. So I am going to run. A famous person on TV once said, "Those who run away live to run away again." So I will be seeing how much movement I can get out of this situation. Okay, so now I rolled the high numbers. Okay, now I have a 10 for movement. So I'm in a real tight position here. My attack failed. Not sure if I can pull this off, but I'm just going to turn sideways so that any damage now attacks my fully armored side, and then I can turn myself back around at the start of the next round.
Alrighty, so it is my turn. That's a fully armored side there, so you know I gotta blast that sucker up. So let's see if we can do that. She did pop smoke at the end of that. She didn't say it on the video, but it should be a given at this point that she would with her dice, right?
Yep.
Okay, there it is. I'm gonna do my attack sequence. First attack is gonna be like kaplow. Ready for the kaplow? There it is. Or did I get? Oh, ho, ho, I get 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I get a 16. Dun, 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 dun. That's a lot. That's a lot right there. So how many? 2 dice? 3 dice. 3 dice for damage?
Yes.
3 dice for damage. Wow, you saw it here, folks. Here it is. Here it is. It's just the first attack. Come on, baby. All right, so 6. And that's at 11 damage. Boom, 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 boom.
So that earns you 2 system damages.
2 system damages. Let's roll for them right now. Here goes the first one. That is a 4 and a 4. 2 4s.
Okay, so that's the side. 2 4s, armor weakened, so minus 2 defense.
Minus 2 defense. All right, time for my second attack. Man, I am getting... The dice weren't that great for me in the beginning, but now they're hot to trot, baby. All right, so 4, 8, 9. That is not enough.
No, it is enough because...
Oh, you have minus to your damage?
I have -2, so that's 8. And I pop smoke, so that's 9.
So it's just a glancing hit? That's
so
only 1d6. Let's see.
1d6.
And that is a 3. That is a 3, so...
And then side damage 3, track damage, -1 move to first dice.
Do I get any more system damage?
Oh, I'm sorry. It was 3. Yes, you get another system
Another
damage.
system damage.
Okay, so then you need to roll.
Okay, here it is.
Got ahead of myself.
That's a 1.
Track damage.
Track damage. Your movement is slowed. All right. Wow, what a successful turn. Turn number 9. One more turn left. This is it.
So, this is the final round. Let's see if I can at least get a few more points from a successful attack. So I'm gonna roll my 3 dice.
That looks like you got it.
So I have a 14.
All right.
Okay, so that was going to be
1 catastrophic damage for me.
1 catastrophic damage for
All
Rob.
right, I only have 2 more.
I don't think I can do another attack.
Oh, wow.
because
Okay.
My dice are so limited from all the system damages that I took.
Successful hit, so you get a point.
Yes, so I get a point because I had a successful hit.
Yep.
And Rob took 1 catastrophic damage.
Oh.
And I'm going to pop smoke because
Of course.
I do not have the dice to really do much of anything else. And I'm going to now turn so that my other side is facing.
You already moved 90 degrees. You can't move it again.
Did I move 90 degrees? Oh, you're right. Well, too bad.
This is it.
This is it, I think.
Yeah, my turn. That's it.
I think I'm going down.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, has to do with the luck of the dice here. Showdown of the century. All right, my first is going to be all out attack. Let's see if I can get it. All I need is a 9, right? Oh.
Yes, you need a 9.
Come on, baby. What did I get? I got 10, 11. That's 1 catastrophic damage.
That is a catastrophic damage.
Dun, dun,
That is
dun, dun,
correct.
dun, 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 dun. All right, now I have my last attack. See if you blow up or not. Here it is. Oh, this is it. Look at that. Look. It's all about this one right here. Let's see what I get. Whoa. What did I get? I get 10. I get 10. Exactly 10. That's catastrophic damage. You go boom, boom. Ba-boom.
And
I
the
get
game
6 points.
has ended.
All right, so here is what's left over for mine, and I have 11, plus I get 6 more. That means 17 with the 2 nice little objectives, secondary objectives that I got there, and plus every time that I hit. And how many do you have?
I have 7 points.
You have 7 points. That makes me the victor of this round of Tanks for the Apocalypse, but I would say Titans for the Apocalypse because, you know, we had to change it up just a little bit. It was a great game.
Good game.
All right, so there you have it. We're going to channel our inner mirror and do a reflection. So, what did you think about the game?
I thought it was really fun. Like, we played the practice round, and then we understood the rules a lot better and played our rounds that we, you know, are talking about now. And definitely, there's a lot of strategy to it, but there's also a lot of luck. Like, whatever you get in your dice rolls has a big impact on how the game goes.
Yeah, I think that knowing how to position your model in key areas to optimize the chance of achieving your goal is where you need to be. But at the same time, it all comes down to those dice. Yeah. I think it was a very simple game to pick up. I mean, once you got the hang of it, I mean, we had to do a practice game because there's no way we're going to film our practice game over here because we totally obliterate our practice games usually. Yeah, that's rules. Who knows that, right? So
well, like in the first practice game, we just forgot about the only one 90-degree turn. We were going back and forth and sideways and backwards,
well,
and it.
Not only that, we were doing 15 defense instead of 10.
Instead of 10.
Yeah. So there was that. But I think that was great because this is a great little mini game that you can pick up and play. And you can play with up to 10 people. Like you'd have a whole bunch of tanks. Now we substituted our tanks for Knight Titans, which I thought was more aesthetically pleasing, that being because I had it painted. I mean, I could have used tanks, but
Well, and this game is just endlessly like variable. You can play with actual tanks. You can play with different size minis. I mean, the ones we were playing with were probably about 6 inches, 7 inches tall.
I don't know the height of a Knight Titan.
They were pretty big. But you could play this with, tiny vehicles.
Yeah, sure.
And you can use any kind of terrain. You can you can just make it your own.
And we didn't use the terrain features on this game, so you can actually customize a little bit more to restrict movements and stuff like that. Again, getting into position is optimal, so this way you can try to allow those dice to do their magic right there. So it's really, really adaptable. It's miniature agnostic, so you can use any miniature you want to. I would recommend doing something with a little larger base, so this way it appears like a tank. But yeah, if you have some Gundam or something like that, just make it happen. If you have some models around or whatever, have some fun with it. Yeah, it was really cool. I felt, being that it was a Knight Titan, when I did the attacks, especially when I did 2 rolls, it felt like a Knight Titan gearing up and it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool with that. So I really enjoy the game. My dice rolls, they were kind of sketchy in the beginning. Like I attacked you twice, and twice I completely missed. I was like, it's going to be one of them days, right? But it kind of turned around to me at the end. So it was just really luck, because you were certainly in the position to be able to obliterate me, especially because you took down my shield, like in the front. Yeah, I was shieldless. Like you just totally obliterated that. You had some great rolls. You did 10 damage in the beginning of the game. I was like, I'm in some serious trouble now. And it's in the front where, all my guns are. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that was intense. And towards the end, like those dice rolls were hot on my side. And it could have changed a heck of a lot if you had attacked me 2 more times in the front, because that'll do, that system failures critical damage that would have knocked me out. So you were very close to turning the tides there.
One thing that I do wonder about though is, I mean, just with us in the 3x3 area, it did feel a little bit kind of claustrophobic. I guess because we had big, like large terrain pieces. But I'm trying to imagine that small of an area with 5, 6, 10 players.
I mean,
and having all the objective markers. It just seems like it would be very tight. And I wonder if you could just house rules, you could just expand the play area.
Of course you can.
I would say that if you had that many people playing.
Well, when it comes to games with me, I always am a big proponent of do what makes sense. Just do what makes sense for you in the game and what's optimal for the enjoyment of a game. Like if a rule was silly in 40K and I'm playing a game and I do a gentleman's or a friendly agreement with someone, with your buddies, saying, listen, this is a this because it doesn't make sense that, let's say GW or something like made this rule that just doesn't make sense. And then, handshake. We're not playing in tournaments or anything like that. So it's completely viable. Absolutely. So rate this game on a 10 point scale. What would you give Tanks for the Apocalypse?
I mean, I would say maybe a 7. I enjoyed it. I think for someone to just pick it up though, they would have to have it doesn't come with any terrain or vehicles. You do have to provide that from your own set of minis. So I can't just go to Target and buy this game, something like that. I would have to get the magazine and then I would have to, or the zine, and then I would have to, have my own minis already. So I guess I would say just as a game, like a party game in general, I feel like it should come with the pieces that you need, if you're going to sell it as a party game.
Yeah, no, I think it was just a mini game in a magazine. But
I definitely enjoyed it. And I don't know. I mean, maybe 7 is kind of harsh. Maybe give it an 8.
Okay. That's where I'm pretty much at with mine. I would say it was an 8, a solid 8 for enjoyment factor of it. As far as the size of the board and how to pick up objectives. I wish there were more different types of objectives that you can do. Like you have to open up something in order to get the objective before the other person gets it, or some kind of dynamic like that.
Or if the objectives were different.
Yeah, we just landed on objectives, picked it up, and go. Yeah.
So something else that I would say makes it a little bit less, maybe a little bit less interesting than the Warhammer games or Malifaux, something like that, is, you have your tank.
Yep.
And it's a tank. It's not like you have characters. Now you could add your own characters in, I guess. But there is less. I think it's just not as character driven, and I do like, for me personally, I like to know more about my character and to have the characters have different abilities and have them working together. Whereas if you just have the one tank, you don't get to do that kind of teamwork aspect of it.
I see.
But that's a personal preference.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, TMP reviews this little mini game, Tanks for the Apocalypse, a solid 8 out of 10 on our ranking scales. Well, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Hopefully you enjoyed the game and watching us play. If you want to see more Tanks for the Apocalypse or other games, please comment down below and tell me what you want us to play. We're down to play that too. I think Malifaux is in the works next.
Definitely.
All right. Well, make sure that you paint every miniature to increase at least one skill. And may your backlog get ever smaller.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.